Hi there, friends. Jill Usiak here, and I'm putting together a video for those of you who need some range of motion exercises. We're going to do a little bit of strength training with this, but mostly we're trying to get all the joints moving today, especially for those of you who are missing out on your water aerobics classes right now or my Fit Together class. We just want to get the joints moving, kind of keep all that arthritis at bay. And I'm not going to play any music, so if you want to have some music on in the background, you can do that. But I want you to be able to hear me and hear my cues as we go. For class today, you're going to need a ball of some sort, so you can hit pause real quick if you need to go and maybe find a tennis ball or a ball of yarn or something like that. If you have a small kid's ball around, you can use that. I just have my foam orb ball, and we'll use that for some of our range of motion exercises. And I have a small set of weights. So these are 3 pounds. If you've got some small weight sets around, grab those real quick. Or you can just grab a couple bottles of water or 2 equal sized cans of food if that works for you. And all of these exercises can be done without any weights at all. So it's up to you what your abilities are and what you want to do. But for starters, we're going to do most of our exercises in the chair today, and if you want to stand, you can feel free, but you don't have to. This is meant to be for those who just need to get moving and get some of the kinks out. Okay, so we're going to start first with some dynamic stretches to get the whole body moving. So we'll start with our head turns, looking side to side, and you want to keep your shoulders relaxed and down. Going at your own pace. Sitting up nice and tall in that chair with good posture. Looking straight ahead now. We're going to tilt that ear towards the shoulder. Oh, the crunchies. Always feel this one. Drawing that belly button in, even here, that helps you attain that good posture. All right, and looking straight ahead, we'll drop that chin down without letting our shoulders round forward, and then looking up, chin down and chin up, trying to not use the backrest of the chair. So you're sitting a little bit forward in your chair. All right, last one here. And looking straight ahead, let's roll those shoulders. Oh, been doing a lot of sitting on the couch, watching TV, watching movies. Whew. And other direction. How big you make your movements is up to you. If you've got a sore shoulder or something like that, your motion is going to be limited on one side, and that's okay. We just still want to kind of work those joints. Okay, and relax down. Let's take those arms out wide. If your shoulders don't like this, you can just keep the arms low and start with small arm circles, gradually making them bigger, making sure you're not scrunching that neck up here. It's easy to kind of scrunch up. I want you to keep those shoulders down away from your ears. Nice steady breathing here as well. Go ahead and pause, switching directions. Start small with those circles. Making sure you're not slouching. It's real easy to kind of slump down. So always drawing that belly button in. Bigger circles. Ooh, my arms are already a little bit tired. All right, let's take those hands into the shoulders. We'll press the elbows forward and press them back. You're stretching those shoulder blades apart here, and then you're opening up the chest. Get some nice deep breaths in here. Focus on that posture with every exercise. No slumping or scrunching. Last one forward, and last one back. All right, hands on the hips. We're drawing that belly button in, and we want to keep that upper body nice and straight. That spine stays straight. We're hinging forward. We're going to take it to the side a little bit, and then back and to the other side. going in this circular motion and only going as far as your body feels comfortable. Maybe that's only an inch or so. That's okay. We're just getting those torso muscles ready to work. When you get back to the front, you're going to pause and go the other direction. Making sure you're not holding your breath. Making sure as you're sitting here, those knees aren't pressed together. I'm going to keep a little space between them. And when you get back to the front, you're going to sit up nice and tall. Excellent. All right, sitting up. Relax those shoulders down. You can have your hands down at your side. You can kind of grip on that chair if you need to. We're just going to do knee hinges. So you're bringing that leg up, hinging at the knee. Ooh, I feel a few creaks in there. Last one here. Bring it in and relax that leg down. Other side, lifting that knee just slightly off the chair and then extending that foot in front of you. Hinging that knee. Last one, and bring it in. Hope you guys heard those little pops in there. All right, keeping with that good posture, we're just going to do some step up. Step that leg out. Keep that knee bent about 90 degrees. We're keeping our torso, so our hips and shoulders facing the front of the room. We're just stepping out to the side with that one leg. One more here on this side. Again, it doesn't matter how far you go. Maybe it's just a little bit, that's okay. But if you can take it a little bit wider, you can shoot for that. For this one, for our warm-up, we're not moving in our seat a whole lot. Last one here. And step it back in. Excellent. All right, now of course we've got to get those ankles warmed up. So attaining that good posture, again, not leaning against the back of your chair if you don't have to. We're just going to lift that one leg up, point and flex, step foot. How we doing there? And draw in circles. The legs stay still, you're just rotating those ankles. Pause and go the other direction. Sometimes it doesn't like to go that other direction because we don't normally do it. Ooh, all right, and relax that leg. If you can't hold your leg up that long, you can just keep your heel supported on the floor. So just point and flex. And those of you that are standing, making sure you're not locking that knee. And drawing that circle. Oh, I always feel those old basketball injuries when I do this. Other direction. You guys probably heard that one. All right, shake those legs out. All right, so for our next set of exercises, we're going to use that ball. And these exercises are for range of motion mostly. So you just do what you can, okay, and modify as you need to. So you got that ball. We're going to start with figure eights. I'm going to scoot over here. So hold on just a second. Sorry, I was getting a phone call there. All right, so we're extending that arm out to the side. We're going to draw a figure eight out to the side. Notice my shoulders are staying level. It's just that arm moving out to the side. Now you can keep this nice and low if you need to, but if your arm will allow, extend it out to the side. And I want you to pause and go the opposite way with that figure eight. Same side, making your brain do that switch. Nice steady breathing. Getting that shoulder loosened up. Try to get that arm to go behind your body. And pause. Good. Same thing on the other side. So we're extending that arm out to the side. We're drawing that figure eight with the ball. You're squeezing that ball. making those figure eights as big as you can. All right, and pause, go the other direction. Boy, that's some mind over matter. I'm picturing how some of you have done this in class and it's cracking me up. I love you all. All right, deep breathing and go ahead and pause. Good job. All right, our next exercise is going to be kind of a star reach. All right, we're just going to reach that ball high and we're going to switch the ball in our hands with each side. So one arm with the ball is reaching up and out, other hand is reaching down and out. We'll come back in and switch. Switch. Again, staying facing forward, those shoulders and hips aren't really moving. We're getting that arms to reach, opposites, stabilizing in the core. Maybe reaching out a little bit further out instead of up. Whatever feels good. Going a little bit faster. Ooh, lots of range of motion going on here. Those shoulder blades, the spine, everything's feeling good here, getting stretched out. Last one here, and bring that ball in. All right, both hands on the ball here, elbows up. Now this is going to be a torso exercise. So you're just kind of applying a little pressure with both hands on that ball. Squeezing with your fingers if you want to, however you need to do that. I don't want anybody scrunching up, so shoulders are down. We're just rotating the upper body. Rotate that torso to the side, come back to center. Again, this may be one of those exercises, one way you only go a little bit, but the other way you can go pretty far. So listen to your body and make sure it's something your body's okay with. Get a nice exhale with each turn. Inhale in the center. Your head and neck all stay in alignment with that torso. Everything turns as one. Last one, come back to center. Relax. All right, next we're going to do that bow and arrow. Those of you that like to do this one standing, that's fine. You're in a split stance with this one. But for those of us that are seated, we're going to take one hand and extend it out in front of us. Take the hand with the ball, and we're going to match right out in front of us. We're going to draw that ball back, rotate those shoulders open, and then release. Draw our bow back and release that arrow. You're keeping the arm that's extended out in front of you nice and straight, and it's not moving. We're drawing back that arrow and release. Get a nice exhale as you release. Last one here. All right, go ahead and switch sides. So the other hand is going to extend out in front of us. Remember, keep those shoulders down, belly button drawn in, so we keep good posture. Got a good grip on that ball. Ball's in the other hand. We're just drawing it back, reaching forward with those other fingers. Draw that bow back and release your arrow. Inhale and exhale. Good range of motion here. My body will thank me later. While we're probably not burning a ton of calories here, it's keeping our body loose so that we can do more activity later, right? All right, here's our last one. Draw it back and release that arrow. Okay, next is our windmill. This one can be a bit of a challenge. You're just gonna have to kind of follow along with me. We're gonna take that ball, we're gonna take it and push it to the side, go up and over, Do a little windmill, bring that ball back in and switch hands, other side. Pushes away, up and over. Bring it back in, switching hands. Push away, up and over, bring it in. Other hand, push, overhead, bring it in. Push, overhead, bring it in. Kind of rotating that torso, getting all kinds of functional movements here. You can follow that ball with your head. Keep your eyes on it as you rotate around. Got 2 more each side. Push, overhead, push, overhead. Keep a good breathing pattern. Last push, and bring that in. All right, so that upper body should be nice and stretched out here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and set that ball down, so either roll it off to the side or put it under your chair. We're gonna do a few combination strength exercises. So again, these can be done standing, no harm in that, but if you want to just stay in the chair, this is kind of your safe option, okay? So we've got our weights, or your cans, or cans of beans, or cans of tomatoes, whatever you've got, bottle of water, anything will work here. So roll those shoulders up, back, and down. We're drawing that belly button in. Our combo move for this first one is a bicep curl. We're gonna rotate our palms and then do an overhead press, all in one, okay? So we're gonna curl those weights up, rotate like you're gonna wave at me with both hands. Overhead press, bring it back down, rotate back in, and uncurl. Complicated, I know, but you'll get it. Curl up, rotate out, push overhead. If you just want to do the curls here, that's fine. Sometimes that overhead press can be tricky. Come back down, rotate in, uncurl. Curl up, palms out, palms in, and uncurl. Keeping that core activated so you keep a nice strong lower back. You don't want to arch that back as you do this movement. Get a nice exhale. Looking good, guys. Remember, if the weights are just too much for you, you can just do the range of motion. You don't have to use any weight at all. We've got one more here. Curl up, rotate, overhead, down, rotate in, and uncurl. Whew, way to go. All right, we're gonna do our cheerleader. We haven't done this one in a while, and actually about halfway through I might put the weights down altogether. All right, so shoulders are back and down. We're drawing that belly button in and we're keeping that core activated, but make sure you're not holding your breath. We're gonna take both hands up, a front raise, out, lower down. From here, we raise up, bring them back in, and lower down. Front raise, push out, lower down. Side raise, bring them in, and lower down. Ooh, make sure your neck is not kind of scrunching up here or trying to activate. If your arms are getting tired, go ahead and put those weights down and just do the arm movement. Raise up, bring it in, down to the knees, up, out, down, up, in, down. Last one. Bring it in, lower down, and done. Excellent. You guys did awesome with that one. That one's a tough one. All right. Let's do our hammer curl with our tricep kick back. So with this one, we're just going to draw the belly button in and hinge forward just a little bit. And it's very important to keep those shoulders kind of level with hips and knees. We don't want them kind of rotating out. We want to keep that spine nice and straight, looking straight ahead. One weight is just going to rest on your leg. You're scooting towards the side of the chair. If you're standing, you're in a split stance. Okay, we're going to take that weight. We start elbow at our ribs. We're going to curl that weight up to the shoulder, straighten the arm first, and then raise that arm behind us. It's kind of hard to see. Curl up, straighten, lift straight back. Keeping that low back nice and flat. Making sure you're not arching or looking up at the ceiling here. You want to be looking out in front of you, 4 or 5 feet. Curl up, straighten and lift. Nice control. Last one. All right. And then switching to the other side. So you'll scoot on over to the other side of the chair. Got your elbow about 90 degrees, keeping that elbow in by the rib cage, okay? We're curling up first. Straighten that arm and push that weight directly back. Curl up. We're not swinging the arm. Remember, you want to have control of that movement. Straighten and lift. I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see what this looks like. Keep a nice neutral spine. Nice steady breathing. And we've got one more. Ooh, I feel that in a little tiny muscle. All right, back to center here. All right, I'm just gonna kind of rest those weights on my knees here. We're gonna come up on our tiptoes, relax down, lift up those toes. Ooh, okay, flat feet, up on the tiptoes, and on the heels, lifting the toes. It doesn't feel like you're going very high. But now we're lifting the heels up and toes up. Heels up and toes up. That feels so awkward, I know. But we want to get that good stretch each toe. Up on the tiptoes, on the heels, toes up in the air. Elf feet, ballerina feet. How about that? Elf toes, ballerina toes. Last one, up on the tiptoes and toes up. Excellent. All right. All right, next we have alternating knee raises. So let's go ahead and put our weights down. We're not going to need those anymore. We're going to balance ourselves on the chair, away from the back of the chair again, bracing ourselves wherever we need to. Those of you that like to do double knee raises, you can here. Remember, you're keeping the upper body still. So you can do that if you want to. But the modified version of this is going to be kind of on the balls of your feet here. We're going to raise and lower. Alternating legs. You're bracing right here. Squeezing up one leg at a time, lowering down nice and slow. Get a little bit of a lean backwards here. That's okay. This should be slow and controlled. And those of you that are doing doubles, go ahead and take a little break. You can do another round if you'd like to. All right, relax. We're going to do 4 at a time on each side, okay? So we're raising, lowering, raising, lowering. Last one, and lower down. Still on the balls of your feet here, okay? Other side, raising, lowering. 3 and 4. Relax down. Excellent. All right, we're gonna do some straight leg raises. Now, we're gonna point and flex as we do this. So we'll alternate with a point and flex of the foot. Let me scoot back just a little here so you can get a good view here. That leg is pretty straight in front of you. We're just gonna raise a flexed foot, toes up towards the ceiling, bring it back down, point the foot, and raise. Flex, and raise, point, and raise. Flex, raise, point, and raise. This should be from that hip. You might feel this in the quad. We're on a flex, point, It's maybe only a few inches. That's okay. Point, flex, last one, point, and lower down. Woo! Give that leg a little bounce. A little tired. All right, same thing, other leg. We'll extend that leg out. We'll start with a heel or a flex. So flex, straight leg raise, and point and raise. Flex and raise, point and raise. Flex, point. You feel the difference between those, can't you? Flex, point is our last one. And bring those legs in. Excellent. All right, we got some leg work in there. We got some, a lot of upper body stuff there. So let's do some final stretches here just to kind of cool down. We're still working on our flexibility, range of motion of those joints. So sitting up tall, we're gonna bring one arm across, stretching that shoulder, wiggling those fingers here. You can even do some wrist rotations. Woo, from holding, gripping those weights or bottles. And relax. Other side, bring that arm across nice and low. Other arm is up there to help stretch. Make sure you're getting that shoulder stretched before you work on the fingers and the wrist. You should feel that in the outside of that shoulder. Okay, rotating the wrist if that feels good. And relax. We're gonna do a round forward. So this one I do want you to round your spine. So you're gonna reach forward past the knees, rounding that spine, and tucking the chin in. And then you're gonna open up nice and wide. Open those palms up, extend those fingers, chin up towards the ceiling, drop the shoulders, open the chest, and rounding forward again. Round that spine, separate the shoulder blades. Nice deep breath. And open up. Chin goes up, shoulders relax down. Hands kind of push back. And round forward. One more time. And open up. Get that good stretch. All right, we're gonna do a butterfly tilt. So we're gonna have our hands right here at our ears, elbows as wide as they can be. So try not to be here. Get them nice and wide. Draw that belly button in so you protect that low back. We're just gonna tilt right between those shoulder blades. Loosen up any tightness we might have there. It's where a lot of us hold our tension. Ooh, it's kind of a stretch we don't hit very often. Just back and forth, nice and gentle. Again, listening to your body, what feels good here. You should be sitting nice and tall for this. Kind of getting that rib cage stretched out as well. Ooh. One more each side. Going at your own pace there, of course. And relax down. All right, we're gonna do a quick quad stretch. So you're on the side of your chair. This is a good one to do if you've done a lot of standing or cooking that we're all doing nowadays. We're actually cooking every meal and standing in the kitchen a lot. So this is a good stretch for us. We're dropping that knee down at the side. And wherever it feels good to you, holding onto the chair, shoulders and hips facing forward, spine nice and straight. You can slide those toes back even further and you'll feel the front of that hip kind of stretch out. It's where you want to feel it, right across the front of the hip, but not in the low back. So make sure you're not arching your low back here. Nice deep breath. Release, and we're going to slide on over to the other side. Drop that knee down. Now, some knees and hips may not like this, so you can just kind of do your own little modified version, whatever works. Drop that knee down, shimmy those toes back if you need to. And get that good stretch and release. Go ahead and sit towards the front of your chair. We're gonna make that one leg extended out in front of us, toes up towards the ceiling. We're gonna keep those shoulders back and down, belly button drawn in. We're just gonna hinge at the hips, leading with the chest. We're not trying to touch our toes here. We're getting the back of that leg stretched out. Make sure you're not locking that knee. You should feel this stretch across the calf muscle, the back of the knee, hamstring, even that bottom part of your tushy. And sitting up tall, switching legs. Same thing, toes up towards the ceiling, making sure you're not locking that knee. Flexing at the hips, leading with the chest. Every time I try to type the word tushy, it auto-corrects it. It doesn't know what I'm talking about. So tushy is not a formal word, I guess. It is in my vocabulary. But. All right, sitting up tall. Oh, that should have felt really good. All right, we're just gonna rest with our hands in our lap. Our shoulders are back and down, drawing that belly button in. We're gonna drop that chin down to our chest without letting those shoulders round forward. Slowly looking over your left shoulder and holding it there. Getting that stretch in the outer neck, shoulder blades down. Slowly dropping that chin back down to your chest. Nothing else is rounding forward. Slowly lifting that chin and looking over your right shoulder. Nice steady breathing here. Taking that chin back down to your chest. Feel that stretch in the back of your neck, maybe in the upper back. And then raising your chin lightly here. We're going to drop that ear to the shoulder, but keeping the shoulder relaxed. You can add that outside arm reach here. This accentuates the stretch. You can also add a little pressure. These are options. These are not things you have to do. It's just a way to stretch out that neck. And release. Other side. Drop the ear down towards the shoulder. Add in that outside arm reach. Adding the pressure with that other hand, nice and gentle. And relax. Let's take a nice few deep breaths in. And exhale, smooth. Let it all out. Last one. Fill those lungs up. And let it all out. Awesome job today. Feel free to do this, these exercises every day. It doesn't take very long. You can do all or part of it. Doesn't matter to me. I just want you guys to move and have options. Have a good day.